Hey, friends, Bill here. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. It's Thursday. No, it's Wednesday, the 23rd. Getting ahead of myself. I don't know what I was thinking that. Anyway, today's Wednesday, the 23rd. I'm excited to be here and looking forward to today going to a UTC, University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, with Brad Madewell. Brad lives in the Chattanooga area to preach on the campus for a little bit and got a great spot up there on Vine Street and Douglas Street, I believe, by the library. It's a great spot. And so I'm looking forward to that today, but still want to keep talking about the Final Four in this weekend's Sweet 16 Elite Eight. I'm going to change places here. Hang on one second. So we're going to talk about that for a second. This weekend, there are 4 games in the whole March Madness. If you don't know what March Madness is basically the big tournament the NCMN put on to lead up to bringing 4 teams to the Final Four host city to play for the championship. They seem to be successful at attracting a lot of attention to their league, have for years, and so this is just part of what they do. But for us as evangelists, as people interested in the Great Commission, preaching Christ, advancing the Christian faith, and so forth, these are opportunities for us to go preach the gospel to fans that we probably would not ordinarily see. So this weekend there are games in 4 cities. Those cities are the following: San Antonio, San Francisco, Chicago, and Philadelphia. San Antonio, San Francisco, Chicago, and Philadelphia. And so if you live in those cities and have never preached a game or preached some but don't know what it's like at a sporting event, then contact me. I'll put this in there. Let's see, Antonio, San Francisco. We're going to put this up here. 4 cities for this weekend: San Antonio, San Francisco, Chicago, and Philadelphia. So if you live in those cities and just long story short, want to go preach the gospel there and don't know really how to do it, then contact me and I'll be glad to chat with you about that. You can send me a message here on whatever channel you're watching, or you can always contact me. My number. So anyway, that's the weekend. And what happened to these weekend games, and it happens to the Final Four as well, it happens pretty much throughout the whole March Madness, is there are 2 days of games. So they'll either play Friday and Saturday, and what you'll have is you'll come in with let's see, Sweet 16. You'll come in with 16 teams. So you have 4 teams per place, so 16 teams total. So let's just pick Chicago. You'll have 4 teams come to Chicago, and then they'll play either Thursday or Friday, and then you'll bring that down to 2 teams, and then they'll play on Saturday. If they play Thursday, they'll play Saturday. If they play Friday, then that championship game will be Sunday. And what will happen is out of that Chicago, I think it's called a region, will be 1 team. And so same with San Antonio, San Francisco, and Philadelphia. 4 teams roll in. They'll play the first series of games on either Thursday or Friday, and then depending on what day they play Thursday, if they play Thursday, they'll play Saturday. Friday, they'll play Sunday, come out with 1 team. That's how you get the Final Four teams that will come to New Orleans. What I'm saying, though, most importantly is if you look at the schedule, there'll be 2 opportunities to preach to the fans, either Thursday and Saturday or Friday and Sunday. Thursday and Saturday or Friday and Sunday. Again, if you don't know how to check this out, this should be on the web page that's on this video. If you click at the bottom of the page that says March Madness, you will see the text for the link for the particular city, and that should give you insight. So if I click on San Antonio, they play the 24th, which is tomorrow, and the 26th, that's Thursday and Saturday. If I click on San Francisco Chase Center, they're going to play 24th and 26th, Thursday and Saturdays. Chicago should be 25 and 27. They play Friday and Sunday. And then Wells Fargo Center, Philadelphia, they also play 25 and 27 Friday and Saturday. So 2 great opportunities to preach the gospel to sports fans who are going to be especially excited because their team has made it to the Sweet 16 and they have a chance if they're there playing this weekend, they'll get to the Final Four. So I want to encourage you to make it those games and preach there. We have 2 people I believe are committed to going. Bruce McDowell in Philadelphia. Got to confirm it with Bruce. His at least link to a way to contact him is on this March Madness page. And also Gabe, a student in Wheaton College in Chicago. They're going. I got to confirm with him as well. Jeremy Chong told me yesterday that Gabe and some of the guys from their fellowship are going to preach. I need to call the couple folks in San Antonio. I really don't. I know one guy in San Francisco. I don't really know anybody there that's actively preaching. So if you know somebody, let me know. San Antonio, San Francisco, Chicago, Philadelphia. Go check it out. If you have questions, then definitely call me, text me, and let's see if we can't get you out there to preach Christ at these stadiums. And that leads us to the Final Four as well. That link should be on these videos. Next weekend, New Orleans, Louisiana, we have a room where we're staying at the YWAM house there in New Orleans. We've stayed at that house several times. It's across the river. It's a good spot, and it's kind of easy in, easy out. And they've got extra beds, so it's cheap, $60 for the 4 nights, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. And so it's one of the most inexpensive trips you can make with us. And so, listen, if you're looking for something to do next weekend, arriving Friday, really by 10 a.m., and leaving Tuesday morning, late Monday night after the game, or early Tuesday morning. That's the plan, preaching 8 hours a day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And as I've said before, if you haven't heard me say it, though, there's 4 things going on in New Orleans that attract fans and local citizens. The Quarter, the French Quarter, which is right downtown. It's probably 6 blocks from the Caesar Superdome where the games are played. So the French Quarter goes on all the time. The games are Saturday and Monday. You also have at the Morale Convention Center, which is basically about 8 blocks that way from the Canal and Bourbon. That's one intersection you've got. That's where the Fan Fest will be, and the Fan Fest is where the fans go to see and hear and learn about NCAA basketball. And then you just have downtown New Orleans, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you've got the March Madness Festival, March Madness Music Festival, which is going to be, I believe, in one of the parks there by the French Quarter. So you got the Quarter, the Music Festival, the Convention Center, the games, and then just downtown New Orleans. And that's a lot of people, a lot of opportunity. We've been there several times over the years to Super Bowls, Final Fours, college football championships, all kinds of stuff. And it's unbelievable there. It's a great place to preach. So if you can get down there, we got room for you. Send me a message here, and let's get out there and preach. The other thing here, I want to talk about the Derby, May 5 to 8. Kentucky Derby, May 5 to 8. Bobby McCray is leading that again. Again, the Derby should be COVID-free this year, and that means everybody could be, let's see, over a 2-day period, 250,000 fans rolling into Churchill Downs. Just think about that, 250,000 people coming into one place. In the ministry area, again, I'm going to repeat myself here, is within probably 75-yard stretch of street right there at 4th and Central. Amazing opportunity to reach a lot of people in a short geographical area. And so it's just unbelievable. It's a unique fan that is going to go and follow horse racing. A lot of those folks are local. On Friday at the Kentucky Oaks race. Saturday, you probably get a lot of people flying in for what is the world-famous Kentucky Derby. Pastor Paul Matheny at Beachmont Baptist Church is allowing us to stay there and use his van. The church is 1.9 miles from the track. Bobby will drive the van and drop you off down there. It's really easy. Pastor Matheny is going to provide food for everyone. So again, this is another inexpensive trip, $100 to stay there, sleeping on a cot. We're going to roll in a shower trailer. And so it should be a really good time. Again, speakers Thursday night starting at 6 o'clock. Pastor Jerry Dorsch from Reformation Church in Shelbyville, Kentucky, and Adam Kutshoff from Manchester, Tennessee. Adam's been a pastor and an evangelist. You guys probably know him. What they're going to talk about, again, we want to keep talking about this, is men leading their homes. In our day, men, we've got to step up and lead the home. You know, even if you're not like a type A guy, you have a lot of drive, you still have to lead your home. You just can't let your wife lead it because you're not a type A guy. And that's just evaluation. Some men have more initiative than others, and but that's no excuse. I mean, we have a God-given physiological gifts, both intellectual, physical, energetic, and whether we're a shepherd or a sheep, these kind of things. And so all that doesn't matter when you're running the home. You lead it. You teach the word. You lead your family hymn singing, stuff like that. And so Pastor Dorsey's going to teach and talk about specifically what to do, how to do it. Adam Cutshall is going to talk about what he does. Bobby McCrary leads his family faithfully. He's going to talk about what he does. And so we've got to lead our families, fellas. We got to lead. You can't, look, man, you can't drop your kids off at school and then pick them up and go to church once a week and say, oh, it's good. You're just throwing your children, you're throwing them out to the pagan world. See what, I can't think of his name right this second, but see what is said on the internet. You just can't do that. You've got to lead your family, not only for pragmatic reasons, but also for biblical reasons. God put you over the household. You got to lead it. You don't outsource this. You don't delegate it. You lead your family. Now, does this mean you have to be educated as a pastors are? No, it just means you have to have a process to lead your family and your morning daily devotions and daily worship. Now, this is my opinion. It's not spelled out exactly this way, but I believe what the church should be comprised of is men who lead their families, who gather together on the Lord's Day and the other days of the week, not a bunch of people who don't do anything for 6 days a week and just roll in however they are to hear a word and go home. I do not think that is the model that Jesus Christ intended for us to believe. I believe we should be daily partaking of the word in general as people, and then as a family, men leading the family daily in the word, and then gathering together. That is how you reinforce it. Then you live it out. I was thinking this morning, a shepherd and sheep. So the shepherd's over the sheep in a sense, but the shepherd should be a partaker of the word, right? As well, because he's trying to lead the sheep to the word, right? And so a shepherd, a minister of the gospel, is leading people to Christ. So he should be a partaker of the word, and not just once a week either, but he should be one who is daily in the text, in scripture, studying it, and being a man of prayer. Acts 6:4, to be a man of word and prayer. So that should be, that should be all men's agenda, to be men of the word and prayer. Some men have more time to invest in it than others, and that's fine. But either way, the shepherd should be able to lead the sheep, whether that's your family or a flock, to the word, to Christ. So I think that's the process we have in front of us, is that, hey, if we're a sheep, we need somebody to lead me to the word. And if we're a shepherd, we need to lead people to the word. I know that's obvious. Hirelings won't do that. Wolves won't do that. You have a clear delineation between what a shepherd does and what a wolf does. And so this is what we're after. You are the household. You're the shepherd of the household. You need to lead the sheep, your family, to the word. And this is our responsibility. So they're going to talk about that. And hopefully, Lord willing, it'll be a fruitful time. Again, I want to talk about Heath. Keep your finger in the text starting next Tuesday. And you guys, speaking of getting in the text, staying in the text, these kind of things, this is what this is designed for us to have a systematic way to come into scriptures and see what God is saying in the scripture. In fact, if you're looking for a way to if you are looking for a way to study scripture that really fits into the regular part of your study of scripture, in other words, you don't have to buy 100 commentaries and enroll in school and whatnot. This is really the best plan. Heath Pusel's teaching started Tuesday. It's called To Keep Your Finger in the Text. He teaches a disciplined way to get in there and study scripture. And so you come into a text, wherever it is, and your ultimate goal is to find out what is God saying in that text, and then you learn it, and you connect to the gospel, and then you can teach it to your family. You can preach it in the open air, or just minister to yourself, whatever your situation is. So that's starting Tuesday, March 29th. So contact Heath. His email's right there if you have any questions about that, and come and join us for that session. Hey, friends, listen. Life is but a vapor. Get out there and preach the gospel somewhere.